I am here at the Kellogg's NYC Cafe with Duff Goldman, and today we're going to talk about a topic that is either extremely exciting or extremely scary for people. We're going to be cooking with cereal.
Yes.
So why cook with cereal? Let's just start with that, for the uninitiated.
I tell you, man, I feel like if anybody's terrified of cooking with cereal, they obviously didn't go to college, right?
It's true.
Like cereal got me through 4 years of undergrad.
Yeah. Why is cereal such a good conduit for like making a dish a little bit more exciting?
The thing about cereals, at first, there's a lot of different kinds.
Yeah.
And with a lot of different kinds, you're going to get a lot of different flavors. You're going to get fruity cereals, you're going to get chocolate cereals, you're going to get earthy cereals. But the other thing with cereal is that you're getting a lot of different textures.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, when cereal really brings a lot to the table, no pun intended,
Right.
is that there's so many things you can do with cereal. They're so versatile in that they can add, like binding textures to things. They can add crunchy textures to things. There's so many different ways that you can sort of use cereal to change a recipe, to use it as an ingredient that can really, change the focus of a dish.
Right, and so I think the obvious is desserts, so let's start there.
Sure.
People think of adding, cereal to the top of an ice cream cone or things like that, but what other ways can you add cereal to your dishes to give like a little bit more of a texture component?
Well, I think there's a couple things with cereal. One is like when you take something fruity, like a Fruit Loop, for example. Like Fruit Loops have a very, very distinct flavor.
Right.
Whatever that fruit is, I'm not sure what that flavor is, but
yeah, like you could pick it out of a lineup with a blindfold on.
You would say that is a Fruit Loop,
Yeah.
right? That is Fruit Loops. And so what you do is, being able to kind of get that flavor and put it in other things is pretty exciting. So what we did for one of these is we actually made like a toothpaste tube and filled it with crème pâtissier that was made with Fruit Loop infused milk.
Delicious.
So it's Fruit Loop pastry cream inside of a tube that's rainbow colored. So as you squeeze it out, it changes colors, and you squeeze it onto like a long cookie. And so it goes like red, orange, green, yellow, blue.
And could you do that, with frosting or with people at home who are going like, I'm not going to do it. Like, could you just like add, crush them up and add them into things to kind of give it that flavor?
Well, to actually infuse Fruit Loop into milk is really easy, right? Heat up the milk a little bit, add the Fruit Loops, keep tasting it until it tastes like Fruit Loops, and then strain it out.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy.
Right, and then you can add it into pastry cream, or you could add it into frosting, or you can kind of use it anywhere you use milk.
Then you take that milk and you can use it in anything you want. Yeah. Totally.
I'm thinking of like Fruit Loop birthday cake. Like, that sounds pretty good.
A Fruit Loop birthday. Wow, that actually would be kind of nice. Yeah.
So I think the thing that surprises people is that you have a lot of savory dishes that you've made here using cereal. And so where do you think that people, because I think a lot of people go, whoa, like sugar and cereal, but obviously like a lot of cereals now have less sugar, but what are the things that you look to when you want to add cereal onto a dish, or what does it give you?
Well, there's a couple things. A lot of times, like for example with the matzo balls, these are 100% Rice Krispies. And I was gonna go like 50-50 matzo meal to Rice Krispies, and so like give it a more of a chance to become a matzo ball. But I tried it with 100% just to try it out, and lo and behold, who knew? Rice Krispies make really excellent matzo balls.
Yeah, well, I mean, people, like Rice Krispies is one of those things that people are used to seeing, and they're like, Rice Krispies must go in the treats. But obviously, they can be used for texture on almost anything.
Yeah, my mom puts them in her sloppy joes. Really binds the sloppy joes together so they're not like super liquidy. Yeah. But they're still sloppy joes.
And when you're cooking, when you want to do breading, I mean, here you have fish sticks, which is awesome. What are the cereals that you find tend to bread the best? Because obviously you don't want it to get too soggy. How do you manage that?
So the fish sticks this is 50% Rice Krispies and 50% Corn Flakes. And I mean, you can see it's very crispy.
Yeah.
Very crispy.
And so how do you make that crush?
What we do is we pulverized Rice Krispies and Corn Flakes together, really crush them up into a powder and turn that into a batter. And so then you add your milk to that, you add your eggs to that, salt, mix up a batter, and then you dredge the fish, you gotta, dredge it in flour, just dunk it in the batter.
Easy.
There you go.
And you also have mac and cheese. How have you added cereal to mac and cheese?
The cereal is all on the top. So this is Corn Flakes, and what it does is it's all super crispy. So we toast it in a pan first. You know, you kind of toast it with some butter, and then that goes right on top, and it just gives it nice crunch on top.
And is that important? Because obviously you don't just want to like fling cereal on top and stick it in the oven. You know, can you do that to just give a little bit more texture?
You know, you need to treat the cereal like you're treating any other ingredient, right? So you wouldn't take a bucket of breadcrumbs and just dump it on top of here, right? That wouldn't be very good.
Nope.
You know, you need to toast those breadcrumbs. You need to add some butter to them. You know, you get them nice and brown, get them caramelized. So that's what we did here. Is, you know, we toast the cereal first, and then we use it as an ingredient. You know, because it's an ingredient,
it's another ingredient,
just like breadcrumbs. Yeah.
And did you find that when you were testing these types of recipes, was there something that you were like, this just doesn't work? Like, don't do this with cereal?
Not really. There was I made a corn dog that was really good, but it was very complicated.
What are the easiest ways to kind of use texture by using cereal?
You know, a lot like with the mac and cheese here, toasting it in a pan and sprinkling it on top is really nice.
Do you have any sandwich ideas of like putting it in? Like, think of like a grilled cheese with like some texture in it or something.
If I was gonna do a grilled cheese, God, that would be really interesting. I think. You know what I would do? I would take. I would put mayonnaise on one side of a white bread, mayonnaise on the other side. Put those down. I would do a piece of American cheese on each one, and then I would probably toast. I would toast cornflakes, maybe Special K. I think cornflakes. Toast cornflakes in a pan with some butter. Put those down on each slice of the American cheese, and then I would take a perfect square bread size of cream cheese. Okay, about this big, and I would lay that on top,
serious.
and then then put those together. So you would have, you know, mayonnaise, bread, American cheese, toasted cereal, cream cheese, toasted cereal, American cheese, bread, mayonnaise, and then make your grilled cheese with that.
All right, somebody make that at home.
Okay,
Let us know how it turns out.
What'll happen is the American cheese is going to trap all that cereal and all the cream cheese, and it will be one of the creamiest, most delicious grilled cheeses anybody has ever tasted.
All right, I'm ready for it. Well, Duff, thank you so much for getting us excited for cooking with cereal. Really appreciate it.
It's incredible, right?
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.